station's closed. I've got a parking pass, so I don't need to do anything on payment. And this road right there is out to the group sites back in that direction. And I think I got to go in front ahead to what's called campgrounds. Oops, messed up on that one. Alright, now we're going to try it. There's one of the yurts that we'll have. And the campsites in front of us will be where we're being. Step out. And there's another yurt of ours, and I believe those two cabins just down the road there, those are our cabins. So we'll be scattered amongst the campsites and the yurts and camping cabins that you see around. Here's the visitor center off to the right, parking, and we're going to go over to Beaver Lake first, but then we'll come back and I'm going to take you out that road, that forest road, out to some biking trails. We'll start here at the CCC Museum and explore Beaver Lake as an example of some of the hiking that'll be available to us. You can tell by the red arrow where we are. We're at the CCC Museum. What we're going to do is walk down along the edge of Beaver Lake, and I'll take you partway around the Beaver Lake Trail. And that's a nice trail. It's well marked, good gradient, and it ties in a bunch of other peripheral roads and hiking trails that are around there. Then once we do that, then I'm gonna come back to this spot, get my bike, and we'll ride along the Caustic Forest Trail that's kind of covered up a little bit by that red arrow to get back into these biking trails. I'm going to show you those. Then we'll come back and go down to the lake, and you get a feel for the Swift Creek Lake area, and then cross over the bridge and take a look at the hiking trails that are in purple here, called the Co-op Trail, Forest Exploration Trail. This is a pretty nice bunch of trails in here. I think that's it. I'm stopping just above Beaver Lake, that's directly in the foreground. And what we'll do is we'll continue along on this trail down to the bottom of the hill, cross the below the dam, and then climb Beaver Lake Trail on the hillside in the direction I'm pointing, and walk along that bluff, I guess you call it a bluff, along beside the lake. This lake has fish in it. I have seen fish pull out of it for years. It's easily accessible with a kayak or a canoe. That's Beaver Lake right there. I know we're not in the mountains, but you can get your respiration up a little bit if you walk briskly. This is a beautiful place. I'm stopping here at this crossing, mostly because of the sound of the water down there. I hope this video will pick that up. It's like a mountain brook. You see where I just came from. And we're going to move on along this direction. Go down to Swift Creek Lake and ride my bike on out that road to show you all some biking trails and some more of the park that direction. But in the meantime, we're going to go back past the visitor center and turn left and go down to Swift Creek Lake area. We're down by the lake itself. That bridge is what connects the north and south side of Swift Creek Lake from everything else, and we're going to go across that bridge in a moment and walk back and give you guys a glimpse of the co-op hiking trails that parallel the whole length of the lake, way on back on there. We'll walk back part of that trail so you can get a feel for what those trails look like. But this would be a good place for water access, kayaking, canoeing, john boat. I brought my john boat here before. And the access for boats is right over there, and you can drop your john boat in. In fact, you can see some people getting ready to go out right now, looks like in a kayak. Anyway, that's what's available down here. There's bank fishing on either side of the lake here, and I've seen people catch fish here. Walking along the co-op trail. Again, I'm out here on a beautiful spring morning. The campground is fairly full, and I'm out here by myself in these woods. And I think that's probably common throughout the season, that the trails are available, but they're not overwhelmed with people. This one in particular is very accessible, and yet in the last year that I've hiked out here, ruck hiking mostly, I rarely have encountered in an hour's hike more than 3 or 4 people. This trail was constructed with volunteer help, and they did a nice job. You feel like you might be in the mountains just a little tiny bit. Then you look out across to Swift Creek Lake, and we started out back kind of in that area, and we've walked along the north boundaries about half a mile maybe. But this is a co-op trail. Amongst these trees there's an occasional giant, and what I'm showing you right now is a red oak. And it's a big one. Yonder why it was there. It's on a hilltop overlooking Swift Creek, maybe back 100 years ago, and I would guess this tree is at least 100, maybe 120, 30 years old. Maybe this was a home site back on this top of this knoll, and that explains why that tree is so much older than all the rest of them that have come up, like this beech tree. These are younger trees. But it's kind of neat to find these giants scattered amongst the forest. I've just ridden my bike up the Koala Road to the junction with the what they call the single track bike trails. You can see on this map we're right at the little red dot. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go in at this junction and then turn onto the box turtle trail showing green, and follow that around partway through to right about this point. And then we'll come back up and get on the Tall Oaks trail and kind of show you what that's like, and then come on back out to box turtle, and then come back out to the Caustic Forest trail that we just ran. Just brought you down the slope of box turtle off the ridge up there down to let you see the flatland. And this is a nice area, very tranquil, and the trail kind of meanders for almost a mile back down through here. This is just one more example of the type of terrain that's out here, and this is fine for hiking as well as biking. And just beyond the trail there's a pretty large yellow poplar. There's some giants in here. Okay, we have come around box turtle all the way around, And we're right back at this junction right there. And we'll turn and go back out and get on Acrostic Forest Trail, past where we began the mountain bike trail, and go back to the car. And there's Beaver Lake. So pushing perspective, but there's dozens and dozens of miles of mountain bike trails here that could be used for mountain biking, which I've just done. And I have, over the years, used these trails a lot for jogging. Always giving the bikers complete right of way. If I see them or hear them coming, I get completely off the trail and let them pass. And so far it's worked out okay.